Okay, so this is part one of freeCodeCamp InfoSec using bcrypt. So the the last challenge using Helmet, there's you can really put any URL in there and it'll pass. It's just more informational, showing you how to use the parent function. Basically, use the app.use only once. And so for part one of using bcrypt, they just want to make sure that you are uh, requiring it. So to do that, uh, have replit open already, click this, and then import it from GitHub. Now you have to be careful with requiring bcrypt. So over here, if you use the npm install bcrypt and install it beforehand, it seems to throw an error. So don't use the npm install for bcrypt. That seems to break it. It was saying that it couldn't find the index file. Instead, right up here, go to your server.js file, and you have your constants here, and then right above the FCC testing, you just say let bcrypt equal require bcrypt. That will let it know that once it runs, it has to install it, and then you'll pass part one. You don't need to worry about installing a certain version of bcrypt. Um, it's not like Helmet where if you have the wrong version installed, it'll throw an error. Just any version of bcrypt seems to work, and then you'll pass part one just by including this one line. As far as part two, so you come here and you can basically use this right here as your different lines of code to pass the second challenge. You just need to make sure that you're feeding it the variables that are already set up for you. So pay attention to these comments. So start async, do not remove notes, place code between correct pair of notes. So you'll start it here and you'll say bcrypt.hash my plain text password, which you're grabbing from here. So this is your constant. And then comma salt rounds, which is pulling from here. And then here you're just basically copying the code that they give you right here, console.log hash. Make sure you have this to end it. So the semicolon, if you don't have this, it will throw an error. I saw other tutorials where they didn't include the semicolon. Somehow they got it to pass on an older version. But if you don't have this semicolon, it will not pass. Next is just bcrypt.compare. Once again, grabbing these constants, and you're just copying over the code that you already have here for the result. So console.log result. And then close it out. And so you'll notice that when you run it, so it's currently running listening on port 3000, so that's live. You can feed it this live link and it'll pass, but for whatever reason, at least right now, it's having issues displaying it, so it just says cannot get. Seems somehow related to the issues I had with the first challenge where it couldn't see the index file, so it couldn't display anything. But as long as you basically copy this code right here, grab your live link, copy it, and then put it in here, then it'll pass it. All right, thanks.